She didn't get what she wanted, even me or Randall. So she still ain't get it. Out of 10 females, you that hot, you still never got chose.
Okay, we're gonna move on from Kayla. But I just want you to go move on from Kayla.
I mean, I've been holding that. You know, it's crazy to look at all these. It's just crazy to look at all these interviews. So, you know, at some point in time, reality gonna kick in. And again, I'm just responding to, you know, I'm just responding to what I see. So it's different than when we had a conversation. She know wholeheartedly that I was gonna go with Brandy, but hey, if you feel like you can change my mind, let's do it. And I told her, I think they didn't show it on the date. I said, you want me to stop talking to Brandy just on what you feel you think you should get far as a connection, a strong connection. But it wasn't, we were just raw and authentic about our conversations, raw and uncut about how we move outside of the process in life like that. But Kayla's not the type of person, when I say she's the video vixen, like she's been in videos, you know, like Kayla's the fun girl. She wants to have fun. She want to move around. But if you notice, like Kayla actually never really was touchy-feely like how she was with Randall with me. She already knew. We had conversations, you know, so she never actually was all up on me like how she was on Randall, but I was one of her connections that strong like that if we were stronger. So she didn't do that. Yeah.
Well, actually, Randall.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Blackburn 91. We're talking to you guys just real quickly about the section between Mike and Kayla. That's been the most interesting thing, I guess, in the season. So I wanted to highlight it because it was a live last night that they were on. I'm still in negotiations with Brandy to try and get her to come on to the live and onto the channel and also have her interview. But this obviously spoke to me. Okay. And there's something really interesting. There's several things that we need to discuss. First and foremost, people in the chat, help me out. We've got 67 people here. I need your help. I can't remember. Did I hear this correct? If you watched the interview, you know. Did I hear correctly at one point Mike in the live say that the kiss never happened between him and Kayla? I don't know if my brain made it up or my mind is going insane, but when I watched it earlier on, I could have sworn I heard him say that the kiss didn't exist between him and Kayla, but I may have been bugging. So I need someone to help me out in the chat. If you heard the same thing, let me know in the chat. If you didn't, then maybe I need to just resend. I was trying to find it and I couldn't find it on the live. I was like, where did I hear it? I can't remember where I heard it. And I didn't write it down, the time stamp for it. But would love to know if anyone. I don't know. Did he? I don't know. On the actual live with yes, he said that. Okay, so he did. Okay, I knew I wasn't bugging. I was like, I know I wasn't bugging. On the interview with Crystal, I'm talking about, not a reunion, the Crystal interview. I'm asking, did he say that? Did he actually come out and say? Because I thought he did, but I'm not sure 100%. So I want to know on the actual live with Crystal, the interview. Okay, did he say yes or no that it happened? I can't remember if it is. Okay. IMO said, Chile, I was there listening. You're correct. I got confirmation from someone else in Crystal's chat. He said he did not kiss Kayla. Okay, so now we got issues. Right? Yeah, please, Monique, if you can find the timestamp, it'd be brilliant. Because honestly, when I heard it, I said, oh, damn, somebody's lying here. And who do I believe? If Kayla's really lying about the kiss, then old girl is doing way too much and we need to drag her. Okay. But if Mike is also lying about this kiss, what is the necessity of lying about the kiss? It's just a kiss, right? Okay. So, you know, I'm asking that key question. Listen, I know we're gonna have Kayla on later on tonight. That now you see why on the interview with Kayla, why I asked her several times. I said, did the kiss happen? Did the kiss happen? And she said it happened before the shows, whatever. And now we're hearing him saying he never kissed her. Okay. But you know what? Let's go back. Okay, I just want to just do that section with Brandy and Mike talking about Kayla's situation because it's a part of the show. But if you're new to the channel, make sure you like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification on the uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. And if those who are returning to already know what it is, you got the minerals. All right, cool. So someone said to save the face of Brandy, but I don't get why he needs to save the face, because if it's just a kiss, it's a kiss. At the end of the day, you kiss somebody. You kiss them out of outside of the show, um, you know, it makes no sense. Now, Millie says we need to. She said, definitely address the kiss. It never happened. We will never know. He's with Brandy, and we need to stop this before someone gets hurt. Stop what? Oh yeah, we need to talk about this. If somebody tells you that they didn't kiss somebody, and someone else is saying they kissed, we need to know the truth. Now, they might not need to know the truth, but we need to know the truth. Yes, I need to know the truth. As a loyal watcher, I want to know the truth. Do I have the right to know the truth? No, but I want to know the truth. And since they're on my screen, I will find the truth out. Okay? So when Kayla comes on later on tonight, we're going to ask her again about this kiss. We're going to ask her again. This kiss definitely happened, because I want to let her know that Mike said that the kiss didn't exist. So did it happen or did it not happen? You know what I mean? So so it's very important, because if somebody's lying about a kiss, what else would they lie about? There is no need to lie about a kiss. Right? So I said the way I know. And I understand why he vexed. I understand. It's not a big deal. I get it. You know what I mean? I've not been his bestest fan, so I get it. It's understandable, right? But it's this kind of stuff that I'm talking about that's unaccountable. It's like, if you, again, the kiss situation, did it not? It's giving me London and Alexis vibes from like a couple of seasons ago. You know, the kiss or not. It's like, bro, like, you know what I mean? It's a lot, man. You know, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it wasn't tongue kiss. Yeah, maybe it wasn't a tongue kiss. You know what I mean? Maybe it wasn't a tongue kiss. But we can ask him. We can ask him. Hopefully, if it comes on, we can ask, hey, was it a kiss or not? You know, was it a kiss or not? You know, these are real conversations. But let's play what we're playing anyway. Sorry, I want to bring it on as well.
You know, test me a little bit, but you know, I know I said more than that, but you know the way how the editors are, they just have me just sitting here sipping. Like she said, I can talk, I can give you, ask me a question, I can give you an answer.
Right.
But also around the right quick.
Oh, okay.
Done right quick. Okay.
Mike,
Hold on a second.
I'm just asking questions.
She's gonna pour me something right quick, and it ain't Pinot Grigio. Hold on a second.
Pinot Grigio.
Hold on a second.
We on some other shit tonight.
What y'all drink? Because Brandy, you and your parents were taking shots. I was thinking, oh, wait.
Yes, I'll be drinking Hennessy. But I ain't on that tonight.
Okay. All right, Mike. So you done had your drink. So let's talk about it. What was the deal with you and Kayla? Because obviously there was a connection, but I felt bad for Kayla at a certain point, because it felt to me like both you and Randall kept Kayla too long and weren't honest with her and just told her like, this is not going to work. What do you have to say about that, Mike?
Say what you gotta say, boo.
Like the truth, right?
The truth.
Yeah, come on. Y'all don't come on here and not tell us the truth.
So here's the thing.
All right. And so you asked me, why did I keep string Kayla along? You said, did I string along?
I asked, did you keep, because that's what it looked like to us, that you just wouldn't let her go, even though you weren't really in it with her.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. Let me know.
All right. You know, it's so hard to actually, now you got to be careful, you know, when I don't want to say be careful, the things that come out of my mouth at this point, right? But when you go back, you watch other people interviews with you, and how you can actually see, you know, and I'm like, man, like she said that, oh man, we talk about this is how it's going to go. So now at this point, you already know they're doing it either for ratings, you know, blog, TV. And I'm not that type of person. Like before all this thing went about, other than my page, right? I always been a private person, right?
Okay.
All right. But Kayla she's something, and I hope she's watching this too. Kayla know for a fact that I was not gonna pick her. She knows
when did she know that? When?
So I would say this. I think this is true. I think he definitely had a conversation with Kayla, and let him know that Brandy was going to be the choice. Do I think he might have played a little bit though? Yeah. I think he used Kayla's own competitiveness and ego against her. I'll be honest with you. I think he definitely let her know, listen, you know what? I'm definitely feeling Brandy. Brandy's number one, But I think he also, he used her ego against her, because Kayla's got an ego, and that will make her want to stay and try to fight. And because of that ego that wants and that competitive spirit that wants to win, he only needs to lay out a little bit of bait and she will take it because she thinks she can beat the other person. Hence why some of the comments that were being made about Brandy's in some of her offcuts, right? So it only requires just a little dibble or dabble of cheese and the mouse comes running. So I definitely feel like he let her know that he wasn't going to choose her. But I think also he left a little crack in the door open, you know, with a little bit, well, if you feel you can get me, come and get me, which is what he actually said. He said, listen, if you feel you can change my mind, come and see if you can change my mind. Right? Now I get it because also the show as well, you know, if you don't have multiple options, you're going to fail early, which makes absolute sense. But if we're definitely assured, and that's why I said about people need to be honest with themselves and say, hey, look, it got to a certain point in the game, I realized, and this is why I said about if people don't be honest, they're only doing themselves a disservice. And that's why I really love Cadian, because Cadian was like, I'm gonna be real with you. I came on that show and I came for business. And that's fair. But it's like if the show gets to a certain point where you and the person, you and Brandy are absolute and you know exactly that this is the person you want to choose, I'm with it. Even if that means that you exit the show early because you know that you've got your person and they're solid. But the reality is a lot of people do this, not just Mike, not just Brandy, not just anybody else. A lot of people do this they have a dualistic idea when they get on the show. And so just like they think the show is using them, they're using the show too. Because at this point, when the show makes sure that you guys don't date, but you guys are solid and you believe it's just you two, you're not thinking about anybody else. At that point, the show might exit you from the show. Don't worry, exit from the show. You two go your way into the sunset and exit from the show. But if you have to pick up somebody in order to stay in the show, then you realize that you have another motive. In order for you to keep on staying in the limelight of the show, you go and play ball. And that's fair. But then we have to also judge you on that, okay, you've got the ability to play a little bit of a game. This is reality of things. You know what I mean? So I think there was a little dibble dabs. A little bit of cheese left out there for the mouse to come and get. I think there was a little bit of, Hansel and Gretel laying the breadcrumbs before. And listen, Kayla ate it up. Now, what's very clear is that he really didn't want Kayla. Let's just be honest. What's very, very clear is that he did not want Kayla in the relationship capacity. Okay? All right? That's what's very clear. They don't want them to be on the relationship capacity. Okay? So in that respect, he had Kayla as the video vixen and Brandy as wifey material for him. All right. So let's just watch a bit more and we just talk a bit more.
Did she know that?
When she stated that we kissed. When she said that we kissed, she said we was kissing every date or something like that.
Before every date.
Before every date. So, I got to sit up here and start watching all this stuff. I'm like, man, it's not the person that was talking to me.
No, but what date did you tell her you're?
Oh,
thank you, Brandon.
I got you, girl.
I think it was the pool date, and we had more dates after that. I kept saying the same thing. Like I said, I meant what I said about Kayla. Like, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful person. But sometimes I think people, you don't know if they being serious.
Hold on.
They just doing it just for clout.
Hold on. He didn't actually fully answer the question. I don't know if you noticed. So the question was, when did you have the conversation with Kayla about letting her know that, you're choosing Brandy? And he said it was after the pool date. But then after the pool date, we had different dates after, right? And then he kind of digresses off it. And so I wonder, he didn't fully stay on there. He didn't fully flesh out what he said to Brandy. Not Brandy, sorry, to Kayla. But okay. I'll definitely take that as well.
I can see all through that stuff. Like I say, not knocking Kayla, what she got going on, cool, no problem. But I still wanted to go through the process with her because at the same time, Brandy, she could have changed her mind at any given time with any issues. So, you still wanted to
pause. So here's the thing. The original question was, why did you keep Kayla on for so long? Listen to what he just said to this now. Which that's the reason why I said people need to stop blaming production as production doing everything. I'm not saying production don't get involved. I'm not saying production don't do their manipulation. I'm not saying production don't put pressure on you not to exit the show. I absolutely believe they do those things to keep people in the show. But listen to how he's reasoning, the reasoning of how he justified what he's doing. That's the part I'm focusing on, right? Because it makes it interesting, because we all have to create reasons why we do what we do. You know, so in this aspect, what he said was, hey, look, I'll be honest with you. The reality was, you know, we had a conversation, but, you know, I wanted to go through the process because Brandy could change her mind at any given time. Now, I'd have thought the focus should have been more on, hey, I'm going to keep her along. You know, it's a game show at the end of the day, or, you know, at the end of the day, da-da-da. Now, maybe he's trying to be coy. Maybe he also doesn't want to say anything too bad as well. But then it makes it sound like Kayla be the backup, which, and let's be honest, there's always going to be a backup. I'm not even shouting. I'm not shaking him down for that. There's always going to be a backup for somebody. There's always a 1. There's always a 2. Let's be honest. It's part of my situation. But he said at any given moment, Brandy could change her mind. Why did he think that? I wonder why he thought that. I'm intrigued to know why. That's why.
Go through the process. So I still gave her the benefit of the doubt, but she knew Brandy was like my strongest connection at that time. So if it's something that she felt like she wanted to carry on, hey, I said, okay, well, let's see what happens. And I was cool with that. But I still gave her the opportunity just to see if she could probably still change my mind. You know?
So what was the conversation?
So notice as well, notice what she said here, that he said here. He said, obviously, he gave an that Kayla said she hears him, but she gon' stay on, basically, right? If we go back, you'll hear what he just said. So, you know, Kayla stayed on her own reasons.
But I still gave her the opportunity just to see if she could.
Sorry, I want to go slightly back.
I could see all through that stuff. You know, like I say, not knocking Kayla, what she got going on, cool, no problem. But, you know, I still wanted to go through the process with her because at the same time, Brandy, you know, she could have changed her mind at any given time. With any issues. So, you know, you still wanted to still go through the process. So I still gave her the benefit of the doubt, but she knew Brandy was like my strongest connection at that time. So if it's something that she felt like she wanted to carry on, hey, I said, okay, well, let's see what happens. And I was cool with that. But I still gave her the opportunity just to see if she could probably still change my mind. You know?
So what was the conversation that y'all had?
My sis got it.
Yes,
Well,
what's the conversation?
I do want to know that, because when Kayla was on the show, it was a lot of people in the chat were suggesting, a lot of people in the chat were saying, well, she just, you know, even speaking kind of how Kadian was like she knew that she was on the side and she was okay with that. So she did not present it that way. So I'm trying to figure out from your perspective, because the pool date was early. We saw a lot of dates after that, and it felt like she was conflicted. So if she knew without a shadow of a doubt that Brandy was always your top, and there was, you know, that was where you were focused, then what was she hanging around for, in your opinion?
Clout. Numbers.
There
just to see, but she's like, Kayla, all right, this is the thing. Kayla think I'm one of those guys that she date outside of. Kayla's like the fun girl. So Kayla feel like, you know, we got.
Oh, he called her all the way out. He said the reason why she hanging around is because of clout. I can't even be mad at him. I can't even be mad at him. I can't even be mad at him. I cannot be mad at him because at the end of the day, I can't be mad at the brother. You know what I mean? Like, clearly he's let her know. Clearly, he's let Kayla know what position she's meant to be playing. She hung on. She knew what game it was. She knew she was number 2. Again, Kayla could have been more honest about this and say, hey, look, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I knew I was number 2 and I had to hang on. I'm telling you, you will get more plaudits for it. You know it's a game show. Hey, I stayed on longer than I needed to. I could have left if I wanted to. It would have been easier. Because if you go and stay, you better explain why you stay. If they're forcing you to stay, you better have your reason ready. I stayed because they pushed me, but also at the same time, I knew I could kill 2 birds, 1 stone. It is what it is. Okay, wow. Sheesh.
You know, nice butt titties. You know, you can walk around in front. You can see when we were actually at the pool hall and she, you know, put her butt in my face. I wasn't intrigued by that. Like, that's nothing new to me. Like, Kayla go play with them other little boys and other dudes that she was, but I'm a grown man, so I already know what I want. I've been there. I've seen this 1,000 times. You know, so that's the whole thing. So, you know, we've had conversations about it. And when I said the word, you know, options, right? It wasn't options to disrespect Brandy, but I'm speaking facts. We all have options at some point in time, you know, when we're dating or anything like that. So it's not me having to compete. I don't got to compete with nobody. There's no competition to me. Like I'm already here already. So I'm just looking for a mate, you know, moving forward. Kayla's still looking and searching. Kayla wants to have fun. Like, you know, Kayla strikes me as she's the type of person, right? if she's out at the club, she's probably gonna be in the VIP section with 10 other dudes. That's what she feels is options. No, that's not ladylike to me. You know, so we had conversations about those type of things. But you know, when I look at the interviews now and how she's like literally like dragging on in line already, so I'm just like, I don't want to be too messy about it, but just enough to still show respect. You know, like the process is over, so she can take that. You know, and she can still move on with that. I mean, I don't think she's talking to anybody now. Whatever she says, she's talking to somebody, but she didn't get what she wanted, either me or Randall. So she still ain't get it. Not 10 females. You that hot, you still never got chose.
Okay, we're gonna move on from Kayla. But I just want you to go move on from Kayla.
Okay, I've been holding that. You know, it's crazy to look at all these. It's just crazy to look at all these interviews. So you know, at some point in time, reality gonna kick in. And again, I'm just responding to, you know, I'm just responding to what I see. So it's different than when we had a conversation.
All right, let's go back. Well, he was breaking some stuff down about options. Let me just.
You know, we got, you know, nice butt titties. You know, you can walk around in front. You can see when we were actually at the pool hall and she, you know, put her butt in my face. I wasn't intrigued by that. Like, that's nothing new to me. Like, Kayla go play with them other little boys and other dudes that she was, but I'm a grown man, so I already know what I want. I've been there. I've seen this 1,000 times. You know, so that's the whole thing. So, you know, we've had conversations about it. And when I said the word, you know, options, right? It wasn't options to disrespect Brandy, but I'm speaking facts. We all have options at some point in time, you know, when we're dating or anything like that. So it's not me having to compete. I don't got to compete with nobody. There's no competition to me. Like I'm already here already. So I'm just looking for a mate, you know, moving forward. Kayla's still looking and searching. Kayla wants to have fun. Like, you know, Kayla strikes me as she's the type of person, right? If she's out at the club, she's probably going to be in the VIP section with 10 other dudes. That's what she feels is options. No, that's not ladylike to me. You know, so we had conversations about those type of things. But, you know, when I look at the interviews now and how she's like literally like dragging on in line already. So I'm just like, I don't want to be too messy about it, but just enough to still show respect. You know, like the process is over. So she can take that, you know, and she can still move on with that. I mean, I don't think she's talking to anybody now. Whatever she says, she's talking to somebody. But she didn't get what she wanted, either me or Randall. So she still ain't get it. Not 10 females. You that hot, you still never got chose.
Okay, I'm gonna switch.
You know what? Yeah. Mike said basically when you mentioned the kiss thing, yeah, you ain't getting that protection from me no more. He said, what? You mentioned the kiss thing, you're not getting that protection from me no more. You gonna play with me? You ain't getting protection no more. No. You ain't getting protection from me no more. Okay? Nope. That's it. He said, no, all the gloves are off. You gonna get it all. You gonna get it all. Okay? You gonna get it all. So, hey, look. You know, I'm not even mad at Mike. You know, I get it. I understand. If someone's coming for you, you're gonna come for them. I get it. I'm not even trying to. It's not every day. You know, you can't. You're trying to set the record straight. And like I said, we haven't heard much from Mike. I'll be honest with you. He's not been on a tour of giving interviews. So this is, you know, I understand that it gets to a point where you're just frustrated. You know what I mean? Yeah. He said, listen. Yep, I'm gonna let her know that it ain't the one. I ain't the one. So yeah, this kiss situation, we gonna find out. We gonna find out. What I would say is, you know, I heard about the kiss situation before the kiss situation showed. That's what made me think, oh, I was like, oh wait, I heard about this kiss situation kind of before then. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, Kayla had she just got caught up. That's all. She got caught up, so she couldn't do the interview. So we said we're doing 9 p.m. today. So we're doing 9 p.m. 9 p.m. We're gonna do it. You know, we're gonna do the live with Kayla. It'll be half an hour. Just want to hear what she got to say. You know what I mean? Let's see what she says. You get me? Oh, yeah. Yes, it's mad. I ain't gonna lie to you. He said what we all said when she jumped on your live saying she that girl. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think the reason being, I think you know, Kayla has her own ego, and that's the thing. You know, Kayla has her own ego, and so she wants to, you know, Kayla has her own kind of sentiments when it comes to how she sees herself, and I think sometimes that can be her downfall. If she just has a bit more self-awareness about how confident she is about herself, And I say confidence, you should always have confidence, but the way you do it is important, you know. I don't want to say this is I don't think this is Kayla's humbling moment. I'll be honest with you, I don't think it is. You know, I don't think that's the humbling moment, if I'm honest with you. But you know, I always did say, but you're right as well, that pride comes before a fall, in it. So but Mike let us know nobody picked her. But what I would say also is, why was he constantly referring to Randall, the guy that kissed her or the guy that was with her? That then would make me feel like, now I'm listening to this, almost as if then, if we were to go by Mike's perspective, maybe, and kind of be fair, it sounds like he was trying to make sure that she remembered. You know, like when you don't like someone and you know they like you, and you know they have somebody else, you're trying to, and you can see them trying to make moves with you, and you're like, you are, well, you know, you got that guy, you keep reminding them of the other person. You know what I mean? That could be one aspect, you know. I still do feel though, partly, that because even the answer he gave about, you know, Brandy might change her mind, I still feel a little bit that, you know, maybe mentioning that was because he might have wanted her all, you know, maybe wanted it all to himself in terms of her being all for him. And if you listen to him as well, he said that she was more touchy-feely with Randall than she was with him, which then would also go in alignment with what she kind of said, which is Randall was her number one. So Mike was actually her number two. Yet it's Mike that seems to be getting the smoke situation with Kayla. I don't get it. So we need to, I mean, I've yet to interview Randall. I hopefully will be able to interview him. I'll message him again actually and see. I need to know about his relationship with Kayla in terms of what was happening. You know what I mean? But yeah, Kayla coming through needs to. Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, you know. But there was a question obviously about Mike. Maybe I can talk about this in another video. I don't want to do it in the same video, about what he actually did for work. So they mentioned this about him not necessarily being a stripper. He said he's not a stripper, but he does do one-on-one dates. Now, if I'm correct, if you get paid to go one-on-one dates, is that not an escort? Am I wrong in saying that? Is that incorrect terminology? Just I don't want to misquote it. If you get paid to go to one-on-one dates with women and to be sexy, is that an escort? Or do I need to be corrected? I don't want to get that wrong. Okay. You know, and then he mentioned about, obviously as well, he's still doing the job even though he's with Brandy right now. I think he's still doing a job as well. You know, so he's still doing the job with I believe while still with Brandy. He said he ain't stopping. Yes, he did say he's not stopping. Yes, he did say that he's not stopping. Now, hey, if Brandy is honest with herself and she's cool, right? If Brandy is cool with it, then who am I? If you like it, I love it. But as for me, I personally think that you might not want to be in a situation like this. You know what I mean? You know, I think the same way I would be looking at a man like, you're gonna date a girl that's an escort. I'll be looking at you like you moving mad, bro. It's the same thing as a woman. Why would you date an escort? This reminds me of Married at First Sight UK, because Married at First Sight UK is similar. There was a black guy there who was pretty much almost like a stripper, and I was like, why would you? I was like, is this what we're getting? Is this what we're bringing to the table? Like, yo, there's other black men. No offense, but every offense. Because when we talk about women doing a stripping job, we have no problem talking about women. Man, them shouldn't go date a girl that's a stripper. But you as a man, you're stripping, and you want me to advocate for women to date you. I think that's wild. Personally, I think that's wild, right? I think it's very, very wild. Because if you wouldn't advocate for your boy or your son to date a stripper woman, how can I advocate for you to date a stripper man? I can't advocate for that. So that's my only thing. But if Brandy loves it, I like it. You know what I mean? If Brandy likes it, I love it. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? Who am I? Who am I that you are thinking of me? That you me? never call. You know, I listen. So I don't know. I'm just. I don't know. You know, just it's a lot. I personally just don't. Yeah, I'll leave that alone because I think that's open to interpretation. But whew, I mean, you know, what I would say is I do appreciate Brandy, you know, on one or two times, you know, just making sure that Mike understood the questions. I don't think Mike was being facetious when he wasn't avoiding the question. I just think he didn't understand. But I do appreciate Brandy holding him to account and saying that's not the question. That's not the question. The question was XYZ. You know, so but again, I definitely feel Mike on this addressing Kayla's situation. I understand it, you know. You know, I just am I interviewing them tonight? No, just Kayla tonight at 9 p.m. You know, we're gonna get her sentiment and thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That's my sentiment and thoughts on that. Yeah, that's woo. You know, so no, Erica. Honestly, it wasn't meant to be shade, but if I don't know what you guys call it. I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking when someone gets paid to do one-to-one dates, I thought that was an escort. That's what I'm trying to say. I could be wrong, and I'm willing to change my understanding. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's trying to shade him, but the reality is, if from what I remember, I thought that going on one-to-one dates and getting paid to go one-to-one dates with women and have conversations with them, I thought that was escorting. Like, yo, you know what I mean? So no shade at all. But what I would say then is, if this was a woman, would I be advocating for this? No. You know, I wouldn't advocate for it. You know what I mean? Just saying, I wouldn't advocate. If it was the other way around, I wouldn't be advocating. Yeah, he did say private bookings and events. He said he's talking about private booking events, but he said obviously, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. He did say one-to-one dates, right? Then he mentioned about private bookings where he can be in shorts and he could be half naked in terms of his top. His top will be off and he'll be in shorts. He's not naked, but he's half naked in shorts. Now, if we go by the Instagram, hey, listen, don't shoot me. I'm just going by what I saw on Instagram. If I go by what I see on Instagram, okay, on Instagram, those photos were to behold. That's what I'm going to say. All right. The pictures on Instagram, they were to behold. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to say. If you go on his Instagram, they are to behold. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that maybe he didn't want to say it out loud because you know what? He's got children. So maybe he didn't want to out there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't want to say it out there because he's got the kids watching. But what you want me to do? The pictures on his Instagram were explicit without being explicit. You know what I mean? So you must just say it, because if they find your Instagram, which was open, by the way, at one point it was open. I don't know if it's still open now. Okay. I don't know if it is now, but there was a lot in the Instagram. Just saying. Okay. There was a lot in the Instagram. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, I'm not cussing him. I'm just saying there was a lot in the Instagram. So when I see that, what do you want me to do? I can't even show you the Instagram photos of I can't even go on, because if you do and you see what's going on, you'll be asking questions. So if we're not going to be real about what's Wagwan here, I'm going to be a little bit concerned. You honestly don't want to see what's in some of these photos. You don't want to see. That's why they call him Magic Mike. And he said, I don't understand why they call me Magic Mike. You know why they call you Magic Mike. You know exactly why they call you Magic Mike. Okay? You know exactly why they call him Magic Mike. How can you not know why they call you Magic Mike when you got photos of you Magic Miking? You know what I mean? So I'm not vexed at him. I just wanted, again, when I get on people, really it's about the honesty piece. Just be honest about it. You know what I mean? Because then it just makes it harder to really to take in everything you're saying. Go on your Instagram, and your Instagram is of a particular decoration. You know what I mean? If he just had him with his top off, it'd be fine. The brother has imprints on some of his photos. What do you want me to do? They fly him out. He's booked up on these private events, but you got on tiny little shouts. What do you want me to do? Do you get what I'm saying? What do you want me to do? People ain't flying me out for that. So I'm sorry. Okay? I'm sorry. All right? So yes. Someone said he already has a copycat site. So yes. He said he did say he archived some of his videos or pictures, and then he brought them out slowly, whatever. And I can't remember the reason why. You know, I don't know. I can't even show it on here because my monetization will go some way. You know. So I'm gonna leave it there. Someone said that's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. So all I'm gonna say is, then you see, if I don't judge a book by its cover. So hopefully these two are on the same page. If they're on the same page, who am I to say anything? All right. So I'm gonna leave it there. Like, share, subscribe, share. If you're not a part of, obviously, you want to continue the conversation, you want to talk more, make sure you guys sign up to our Discord through Patreon as well. Sorry, my muted one there. But yeah, he's about to be making some bread. That's what I'm gonna say. Let's be honest. If he wasn't six figures before, he gonna be six figures and more. Because the amount of people I've seen you on the show. All right. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads, guys. We appreciate you. Stay locked, stay loaded. We appreciate you lots. If she likes it, I love it.